Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Kadira Muhammad of Omnipotent Marketing and Kadira.com, your systems implementation engineer, helping you learn all things about business systems, outsourcing, and being able to automate your way to freedom. Go ahead and give this video a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share this video out to everybody else that you know. Please and thank you. All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about what are the 3 most important business systems you need in your company today. First things first, why do you even need systems? I know some people are like watching this video and you're like, oh my goodness, Kadira, you talk about systems, you talk about operations. Why do I need this? You know, the company's making money. It's fine. You know, we're doing 5 figures. We feel okay. Okay, that's really like nice to hear about, and I get that from like a lot of my clients who find me and they're kind of interested but they're not all the way sold on it yet, and they want me to explain to them like why is it even important to even take a look at systems, why you should be installing them in your business, and what are the steps necessary to make it happen. But first, why is it even necessary? I've talked about this in other videos before, but like a business system is going to help you take yourself out of your own business and be able to work on your business instead of always in your business all the time. And you need this in order to really grow and scale the way that you want to, right? And really it's about scaling versus growth. And I'll probably talk about in a different video, like the difference between scale and growth, because there are differences. Having a system in your business is gonna help you take yourself out of it. Now, many people watching this video, you might think, well, I'm never gonna leave, I'm never gonna exit the company, I'm never gonna sell it. It's not about getting ready to sell. Although having a system does put you in a position to sell your company, it's not all about selling the company, it's not all about getting ready to leave, okay? Having a system allows you to have more freedom for yourself and, believe it or not, for your staff and the people that work for you. If you got somebody working for you, which you definitely should have people working for you. What you don't want to do is be so stuck in the company that literally the company cannot run without somebody else, without you being there, right? Think about if you got sick, right? Let's think about when you were at a job, like a regular job, right? When you got sick or you just wanted to go on vacation, what did you do? You told your office, you told your people and say, hey, I'm calling time off. These are the dates I'm going to be off, okay? And the business kept running, right? The company that you worked for kept running. And then when you came back, you still had your job, everything was fine, nothing sat on fire, or hopefully not, but you were okay. Think about if you were in your own business and you don't have a set way of having things be done, and you don't have either the people to be able to do it, or you haven't hired anybody at all, okay? What happens when you get sick? The whole business shuts down. It can't survive without you. And while it sounds really nice, it sounds very powerful to say, hey, my business can't do anything without me. That's such a liability, y'all. It's so bad. You don't want that to happen because you want to be able to take your own vacations. It's not about worst case scenarios. Maybe you want to take a vacation for a day, a weekend, or a week, right? Should everything in your company stop just because you're not there? No, it shouldn't. So you definitely want to be able to have a way of being able to have your company run without you there. So that's why systems in general are important. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's talk about what is the first system your business needs. Now, I'm getting out of this book. It's called Michael E. Gerber, the E-Myth. This is the book. This is the E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber. I got this back in 2018. I heard it in like a podcast, I think, and I absolutely loved it. This is how I learned about these systems and why they're so important. And it's basically like how to franchise your business, or the importance of franchising it, not literally going through the process of franchising your business, but making it a franchisable business, which is very, very important. So I suggest you get it. I'll give y'all the link to the link to the book in the comments below. So let's start off with system number 1. So the first type of system that any and all businesses need to have is a lead generation system. Whether you're getting leads for people to buy products in your e-commerce store, or you're getting leads for consulting, or you're getting leads as a coach, or you're getting leads, for whatever service that you run, you need leads. Every business needs leads, and you need a way to consistently bring in new leads into your company. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. Okay, I cannot stress. There's a lot of consulting agencies, a lot of marketing agencies that help businesses with this problem. Because if you don't have leads, you don't have customers. If you don't have customers, you just don't have a business, you know? So extremely important that you find a way to create a process. And it's about a process, right? A system is just a set of processes. It's written down somewhere, and it's a rhythm, it's a pattern of being able to make something happen. Okay, so that's the first thing. You need to have a lead generation system, whether that you're buying leads, whether you're getting leads to come to you, they're inbound, whether you're getting them from social media marketing, whatever it is, you need to find a way to consistently bring in new leads into your company. So the second system that's very important is, now you get the leads that come in, now you need a lead conversion system. Okay, again, this works for service-based businesses and my product-based business people as well. So a lead conversion system is just the way that you convert your leads into sales, right? It doesn't matter how many leads you bring in, but if you don't sell them, if you can't close them on a routine basis, it's not going to work. A good way to think about this, especially for my service-based businesses, which are largely my type of clientele that I work with, are service-based types of businesses, is very important to understand your closing rates. Right? What's your close rate? If somebody calls you right now, they're a lead, they're interested in what you got going on, but they need to be sold on it. What's your closing rate? What's your sales rate? Right? Is it 10%? Which a lot of people are at 10%. Is it 20%? Is it 25%? I have about a 20-25% conversion rate myself, right? Personally, for the most part, right? Is it higher than that? Are you 30%? Are you 50%? Right? Some people are much higher. A lot of times the conversion rates will depend on what the lead is, how they came to you, so on and so forth. But the important part is, what's the process for somebody to actually become a customer? For e-commerce or like online stores or in-person stores, it's a bit, I think, simpler in a lot of ways, because somebody finds the product, they're either interested or not. You might have a salesperson on the floor if like it's a brick and mortar, and you tell them like, hey, they talk about it, they talk about the product, how good it is, so on and so forth. They sell them on that product, I'm selling them on others, so on and so on and so forth. For service-based businesses, it can be a bit different, right? So you have somebody come in let me give you an example actually. So my company, right, for Omnipotent Marketing, when somebody's interested in a service of ours, I have a consultation with them. So I always speak to them first, and then do I even make an offer for a sale. I don't always instantly offer people my products or my services just because I had a consult with them. Some people just aren't a good fit, and I'm very transparent about that. But let's say they are a good fit. I have a presentation, I have a packet, I have information for them, and I give it to them. You know, they like my presentation, they like the professionalism, they like the visuals, you know, and so then from there they figure out if it's a good fit for them or not, and you know, they either buy or they don't. And that's pretty much my process. For that to happen, there's a set of steps that go in there. So I have to have a consultation with them. Right, I have to be able to speak with them, which means they have to get on my calendar. So a lot of times I send them a calendar link and they just sign up from there, or they go on my website, they sign up from there. Either way it works, right? But what's important is that's a part of my process. That's a part of my system, right? So it's very crucial you have a good lead conversion system, because nothing's gonna work with the rest of the systems unless you got leads that are coming in, and if you got leads that you're converting. The last system I want to talk about in this video is called a client fulfillment system. Okay, so a client fulfillment system. This is also just as important. A lot of people just focus on the lead generation and lead conversion, but they forget about the fulfillment. And it's more than just giving people the product. It's about the user experience. It's about their entire journey. It's about what happens after. How do you retain them? You know, how do they feel when they get your product or their service? All that stuff really matters. And so it has to be considered in order for your management system to be very successful. So more than just giving them the product and giving them the service, you know, what's going on? How are they receiving it? Do they receive it as a course? Do they receive it as a book? Do you perform your actual services yourself? You know, do you have a follow-up call with them? Even so much as how do you receive the payment? You know, is it easy? Do they have to mail you a check? You know, can they give you their credit card? Like, what's going on? It's extremely important to have that kind of thought out. It doesn't always have to be super in detail, but eventually you do want to have it in detail because you want people to feel good when they're actually buying from you. Right? So all those things are very, very important. And those three systems alone will really help you to build your company the way it needs to be. Because once you figure out, okay, we need this system and we need that system, now you're going to realize, okay, what do you already have there? And then what can be improved upon? I think a lot of businesses already have these systems kind of together, but the issue is they don't really have it detailed enough so somebody else can actually do it for them. Like, you might get your leads by, going door to door. Maybe that's your thing, right? You might be doing that. Or maybe you find them on social media, maybe you find them on Instagram, and you're posting. But what's the posting strategy? What's the content strategy? If it's all in your head, that means nobody can do it for you. That means you can't hire somebody to do it. I mean, you can, but then they have to adapt to what you're doing. And if it's not detailed enough, it can be kind of confusing and frustrating for somebody else to come in and you don't even have it like detailed out for them. So that way they can just do it for you and take over it. Right? So it's important to have this laid out somewhere. I have tools that I use. In another video, I'll talk about the tools that I use in my business to create my own systems. But for right now, you can definitely go to Kadira.com/tools to look at some of the tools that I use in my business every single day, regardless of what's going on. They are my lifesavers. That's it for this video. I wanted to make it short and sweet, but I wanted to really get the information out to you all. Having these systems in your business are super important, and without them, you really don't have a business. You have more so a hobby or even a job. I'll be honest with you. If you don't have these systems long term, it's gonna really hurt you because you want to be able to give yourself freedom. You didn't own your business just so that way you can work 100 and some hours, and not even a company, but it's really another job. You did it so that way you have time freedom, you have financial freedom, okay? You have location freedom if you can do that. You did it for the freedom. You didn't do it to go from one box to another. So keep that in mind. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share the video out to everybody you've ever known. I know this is going to be so important to my other business owners out there. I am Kadira Muhammad, your systems implementation engineer. And if you want to learn more about what I do and how I can help you put systems in your own company, I really suggest that you go to Kadira.com/consulting. Sign up for a consulting call for me. I am happy to speak with you and figure out if I can help you put systems in your own company. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.